We are back at our regular time this week, and I brought somebody with me, so grab a drink and join us next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
You know, this is my song. Heather, Tom, and I would say we want to put lyrics to it. We want to put lyrics to the song. This is our song.
You should rap to it.
I should not rap to it. That's the problem. I can sing. I can't really rap. Hi, you guys. Welcome to another edition of The Bold Breakdown, the Bold and Beautiful After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host, James Lott Jr. So glad you're joining me so late tonight. Of course, as always, I see my regulars in the chat room. I'm so glad you guys are here. I know why you're not here for me. I mean, I'm here every week, but it's not about me right now. It's about my guest. And it is hot as F in here. And he's dressed for it, folks. You guys ready? So some of you guys knew him when he first came into town doing Guiding Light. And it was Remy Boudreau on there from 2006 to the end of the show. You were there to the bitter end.
Yeah.
Of course. But he plays attorney Carter. I can't get it out. I can't get it out. Carter Walton. And he's also written for the show, too.
I have, yeah.
We're going to talk about that. That's actually, I'm very impressed by that. You also had a web series, 2009, that you put together called Wedlocked.
Yeah, with Carla.
You and Carla, they were together on Guiding Light, too. You guys worked together. She must be your work wife at this point, so to speak.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Right. You guys have been doing so much together. You guys are good together, too. He's on Ugly Betty. He's on Law and Order. He's done a lot of stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for him. I got him for you, Lawrence St. Victor.
Thanks for having me, man.
Welcome to the show.
You.
Yeah, no, you've done lots. You and Carla have worked a lot together.
We have, man. Guiding Light, we just kind of connected. We have a similar sense of humor. Then we were like, let's keep working together. And then we created Wedlock together. And then Bold and the Beautiful. Then Room 8, when we did the Room 8 series.
Yes.
Bold and the Beautiful. Yeah, man. She's my partner.
Tell me one thing about her that we'd be surprised about. That you could share with the world.
Surprised.
Like pleasantly surprised about or something.
Well, for people who may not know her other work or seen her in interviews, who just know her as Maya, Carla is a rain of sunshine, man. She walks in and she brightens up the whole room. She's kind of like that person that just kind of makes everything feel better. So
that's a great
if you just know Maya, then you may not know that.
Yes. You know, actually, it's funny you say it because I've heard from everybody who's mentioned Carla, they all love her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's a hard person to not like.
I follow her on Twitter. She's really great. She does stuff really great on there. Okay, so you can follow us on YouTube and iTunes under the Bold and the Beautiful After Show. That's where we are, but we're the Bold Breakdown. And we have a page on Facebook, the Bold Breakdown. So we're trying to get to 700 likes. We're almost there. We're like at 660-something or 670-something. Get us there, and a prize will be unlocked. Time with me. I don't know. We'll figure out what the prize is. I know what's going on. We'll figure out what's going on. Now, first, before we start talking more to him recapping the show, I do my lot in Los Angeles. And right now, I'm stuck with food still. I showed you guys Clifton's Cafeteria, which is downtown LA. Have you been to Clifton's?
I haven't been. I have to go.
You have to go just to see what the inside looks like. It's crazy.
Wow.
But we have 4 pictures I'm going to show you. We're talking about the original Pantry Cafe. It's on 9th and Figueroa. It's on the corner. And we're going to show you a couple pictures. This is one from the inside. It's like a little diner type place. They just got renovated. The menu is it's basic kind of diner food, but it's so good. There's a line on the corner sometimes. Go to the next picture. That's some of the food. It's just all diner food. All stuff is unhealthy. It's just like, fattening and everything in there. But it's so good. You go to the next picture. And so that's like just simple menus. And they have more stuff than that. But it's like they have basic things in there. They're all so good. It's not that expensive. And you show that the last one is the actual. This is the original cafe. And it's been there for it's forever. And so there's a line sometimes. But if there's not a line, you should go in and try something. That's on 877 Figueroa. And it's really good. So I just want to show that, and that's a good place in LA. Downtown LA is becoming a hotspot right now.
Yeah. You know what? I don't frequent enough. I'm still fairly new to LA, so I got to get down there and check stuff out.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on down there actually right now. It's really crazy. Okay, so now, you came from another soap, and you were there to the end. Did you think I'll be on another soap at some point, or do you think, okay, my soap time is probably up, or what do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Around that time when Guiding Light ended, and then soon after that, As the World Turns, and then All My Children, One Life to Live, it just felt like soap operas felt like, they were all going to end at some point, you know? So I didn't really think too much about going to another soap, just more or less like getting another job.
Work. Exactly.
And then eventually when all the New York shows left New York, I was still in New York. Well, I was like, okay, well,
There's a different atmosphere in New York, isn't there, than there is in LA soaps.
Yeah, I've only been on 2, so I can only speak from my experience.
So you say now you can speak. You have one for this one for that one.
Yeah. There's a different feel. You know, it's different when you're walking down a cold 59th Street trying to get into CBS Broadcast Center versus pulling up on a studio lot in Los Angeles. You know, but at the end of the day, we're in there, action cut, all the work's the same, but the feel could be a little different.
The fans are like, "Hey, Lawrence! Hey, Lawrence is gorgeous." There's my brother. So Candace Mack wrote.
Oh, Candace, what's up?
There's my brother. I love it.
Sister.
Now, here's the deal, you guys. I'm going to read this poll you guys did with me. I made a poll this weekend. I asked, because the fans are, and it's just saying it already, it's time for Carter to have a love interest.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't want him to see this. I want to be surprised. So I asked people, I have bad eyesight, I got to look this way, who should Carter be paired up with? The choices were Katie, Nicole, Ivy, and Sasha. Who do you think they picked? I mean, you know, fan stuff. Who do you think they picked?
Sasha, maybe.
Is your final answer? It's your final answer. It's your final answer?
I think so.
You're correct.
Really?
42% was Sasha, but here's the surprising thing: 31%, which is not that much less, Ivy.
You know what? I was kind of bouncing between those two in my head, but yeah.
Katie was 24%, so not still. So I mean, so Sasha, Ivy, and Katie weren't. Nicole is only 3%. They're like no, but Katie's 24%.
You know what? I can see Carter getting with all of them.
Okay.
I can. I think it could be a really great story between Carter and Sasha. You know, two people they both have interesting, you know, relationships with Avon. She isn't Avon, but they've both had an interesting relationship with them. And I think with Ivy just kind of being a part of the Forresters, but not really being a part of the Forresters. They connect. And then Katie, I mean, Bill just do her wrong. She needs somebody to just come up and sweep her off her feet.
I think Aaron Spears did the same thing. He was kind of like, he loved, because they just really love each other off camera too. Like, they love each other. I think it's interesting nowadays that you're black, Ivy isn't, and fans are okay with that. They're seeing chemistry, period.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2016, and I think it's time we evolve a little bit, you know? So, yeah.
I think it's a great thing. I think it's just nowadays it's like we see two people, and they're both attractive, no matter what their races are, and we can see chemistry between or potential between. I think it's just a great thing nowadays.
Yeah,
it's kind of
absolutely.
Candace Mack says Carter and Brooke.
You know what?
Really?
We've been talking about that on set.
Wow, really? Oh my God, tell us. Let's go. Really?
Well, we were just thinking, like, how fun would it be if, and it's kind of similar to what happened with Eric and Quinn. It would be a similar thing of it's been going on for a while and nobody knew about it. Type deal. And I think it'd be cool. And you know, I want to be conquered by Brooke. I feel left out. Everybody gets conquered by Brooke.
Captain Kelly Lang, I gotta give it to her. Every year she plays this character, and she holds her head up high.
Yes.
And Brooke is like a slut.
But she's not. That's the beauty of it. Is that like you forget that she's doing all this wrong. You start cheering for her and Bill, and it's like, wait, no.
Right.
That's your sister's husband.
Exactly.
But there's something about Brooke. You look her in the eyes and it's over.
There is something. Everybody else is saying Carter and Sasha hands down. Oh, someone brought up Carter and Steffi.
Carter, I've heard Carter and Steffi since I first started.
I can see that too.
That'd be really cool.
But Ivy, I'm like, that's interesting. I think that's because the actress Ashley Brewer is great. And
I
she's
love
beautiful.
Ash. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad she's back. Everybody wanted her back, and I'm glad she's back. That'd be interesting.
I think it's cool. I think Carter and Ivy, our character. There's a lot you know about us, but there's a lot you don't know about our characters.
Yes.
So there's room to play and create new things about us. You know.
That's true. Okay, you guys like, but that was interesting. So they're like Nicole. No, I guess Nicole is all Rome Flynn's.
Yeah.
That's all. It's like they're like no, like nope, we're not touching that one at all.
But Sasha would be cool. Sasha, because she's kind of, I think she would scare Carter a little bit, and that'd be fun. She scared me a little bit.
She's beautiful. Okay,
she's gorgeous.
Just realize she's beautiful. Here's the thing about Bold and Beautiful. We were saying this earlier on my other show, General Hospital Report. Everyone's beautiful on that show. It's like no one's not beautiful on that show. There's not an ugly person in the bunch.
We have a great makeup team. They get all this together. We come in looking crazy, and then we, come out looking okay.
I love it. That's so funny. And so you decided you were going to leave New York, I guess, or did you get a call to come out? And how did that work for you?
Oh man, well, I was living in New York, and I put in a self-tape for a role on Young and the Restless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Do you remember which role it was?
I do. I believe the name was Tyler Red.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
that role. And I put in a self-tape, and then they called me out to come out to L.A. to do a producer session. So I met with the producers, and I did a test with Crystal and Daniel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And yeah, then from there, they went with Red, but then they had me meet with Brad Bell. And me and Brad sat down, and I told him, like, man, I've been following Bold and the Beautiful since I was a kid, and Sheila and Lauren.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was like, yeah, I'm like, y'all should do crossovers some more. I'm telling you how to run his show, right?
He's like, excuse me, okay, sure.
But no, we hit it off so well with the casting director, so that's kind of what got me into Bold and the Beautiful, was through Young and the Restless.
That's actually, guys, I mean, of course you guys don't know this. They're all in Television City. They're across the hall from each other, basically.
Yeah, like right next door.
And it's the whole Bell family that does this. I'm going to jump just ahead a little bit. How surprised and how does it feel that it's an international soap? It's the only soap that's like the biggest one in the world, isn't it, of some sort?
Yeah. It took a while to realize it until you start getting fan mail and, I haven't gone to Italy, but you hear stories about going to Italy and how it's received because, on Guiding Light, we were a big show, but we weren't as international.
Yeah.
And to know that you can go somewhere in Africa and you're touching people in Italy and you're touching people in Australia. So it's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. I have a girl who, I don't know if she's in here right now, but she's from Africa and watches my show here. And I'm like, you just don't know what the reach is. It's
so global, man.
You have no idea. I'm touching somebody who's in Africa. I feel so blessed I get to do that. And we have a conversation about this soap that's bringing us together. I'm in America, you're in Africa, you're in the motherland, and we're talking about Bold and Beautiful. I mean, it's amazing.
It's awesome. And when we have storylines like, Zende, who's from Africa, and you're telling the story, but you know that there's an audience there watching this. It just kind of makes it really special.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to go in and just start doing some of the storylines, and of course, he's part of this whole big Forrester thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
So overall, the acting has been amazing the last couple of weeks.
Oh, man.
I said a couple weeks ago that, it was 2 weeks ago, John McCook's Emmy reel was like that Wednesday. His Emmy reel was right there. It was right there. When he read, he opened the book and read everybody.
The riot act on everybody.
Exactly. And everybody. He went from person to person to person to person. I was like, his Emmy reel, it's right there.
And it's so true. Eric Forrester's, he's a loving father figure. And you may not agree with Quinn, but to not be there for him.
I know.
Oh, man.
I was heartbroken. I was like, John McCook and Rena Sofer are just doing such great work.
So amazing.
Who knew this pairing was going to happen first? So like you said, it was like, when I first saw him, I was like, oh my God, did she kidnap him? Like, when I was like, oh, they're together for real. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had Sean Kanan on here. Also, speaking of people, I love him.
Sean's
love him.
I love Sean.
Him to death. He wants to come back. We talk about that. Just that Rena Sofer is just a great actress, first of all. But just that, who knew that those two characters, we'd root for them.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Because, knowing the actors, it makes sense. Because they're both so fun-loving and warm, but as their characters, who would have known? But I think that's what we like. We want to see something we haven't seen before. And we want, whether we love or hate it, it won't be indifference.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to be indifferent.
And my family, they're not indifferent. Hello, Sweden. We love you too. So it's just interesting. And also, we were screaming at the TV, all of us collectively at you. Excuse me, your character. Like, hello, like, you don't want to ruin your job and you get disbarred or anything. Come on, Carter, grow some balls and say, no, I gotta tell.
You know what's funny? I asked a question on Twitter and social media, like, should I do this or not do this? I was really surprised by all the people that were pissed off at me.
They were mad at you.
I'm like, wow, this Eric Quinn thing has turned people, like, y'all forgot, like, she's...
Yeah, she did a few things.
What?
So she kidnapped somebody and called him Adam, and they were Adam and Eve or whatever. I'm like, yeah, she's done a few things. We'll be back in the past.
I would think that he would have been more like, oh, yeah, man, protect this family. You're taking such a risk. Good for you, protect. No, they were like, you're an idiot. You all should die.
Yeah, Yes. You were saying, come on, black man, don't do it. Don't let him ruin your career. You can do it, be fine. We were screaming at the TV, but you're right. It's just, it's good writing and acting that it's turned around. That we're all rooting for them. There's a few in here who don't like them together, which I'm glad. I'm like, good, you stick it to your guns. But a lot of us, we like the pairing. It totally works.
Well, that's the beautiful thing is that as the audience, you see something that the characters haven't. We don't see it. We don't know that it's real.
Yes.
So we're responding to it like any other thing that Quinn has done. So that's really cool.
So on Monday, basically, Steffi's still trying to convince Wyatt. That relationship bugs the crap out of me, first of all, anyway. I'm like, oh my God. Even though they have chemistry, but I'm like, I didn't realize they have chemistry on the show, but they just keep making Wyatt like, where's his balls? But he got him back. He got him back because he finally was like, no, Mama needs to know what's going on, and I got to tell her, and I'm sorry. And Wyatt did say, if Eric gets better, it's from the woman he loves. Like I think Wyatt got turned around too. I mean,
Wyatt, it's funny with Darren who plays Wyatt.
Yes.
I tease him all the time. First, I'm like, so you don't want to get with a girl that hasn't been with your brother ever? Ever? Okay, it's backing off.
Yeah,
but no, I think Wyatt. It's such a cool character because he is a character that he's told the line. He's done shady stuff, but at the end of the day, when it comes to his mom and his family, he's always trying to make it work. Yeah, and he's been trying to make these two sides work.
Yes.
He's trying.
Yeah,
but
Steffi was stubborn, and I will still say Steffi McGinnis-Wood has been acting her ass off to the last month or so. I mean, we still talk about the slap that heard around the world. That slap is legendary. That slap made it to primetime TV. I saw something, they're like, on daytime, this is a slap. I mean, we played the slap on here. We did a slow motion thing. We played over it. And this slap was just like, when she slapped Quinn was amazing. When they were in Monte Carlo.
She's a great slapper.
She's a good
At one time, with Liam, she backslapped him. I'm like, hold up. I said, hold up. Let's rewind it. Did she just a pimp slap?
She did. She did.
I'm Team Steffi, man.
Hey, she's Stephanie's granddaughter. She's the namesake, so, yes. Oh, they're like, does this mean Hope will come back to you? I'm like, well, everybody wants Hope to come back too. She's not on right now. She's homegirl. Kim Atula's busy doing other work.
She's killing it, man.
Yeah, she's working right now. She's a little busy. Everybody's asking about Daisy and Marcus. I know.
Yeah.
Hey, saw some Nets. We want them back too, of course. I love Texas Battle. And
we had such a great time with them. It was such a great way for Carl and I to come on the show, to come in with them and do that storyline. It ended too soon, but I miss Daisy and Marcus.
Yeah, I had Dan Martin on here too. We talked about he had a son. So you had a son for a while too, and then he went away. It's like, is this guy crazy? People they go away. I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
They come on, they go away. So Eric is now home, and Quinn shows up. The Steph portrait is back up. That portrait, those eyes follow you everywhere.
All of the painting. All the ones.
It's scary.
It is scary.
It's scary. They follow you everywhere. It's like they're staring at you. They're staring at you. They're staring at you. So that portrait is still up. But here's what's funny. So basically what comes out, Wyatt comes in and saves the day. Take your hands off my mother. And says those words, I think I wrote this down. Quinn's like, I've changed. Wyatt walks in, take your hands off her. We're just like, excuse me. Torsten K's delivery is so funny to me.
I love him, man.
He's a man. He's amazing. He's so like, I believe what I believe in, and I will not apologize for it. I'm not budging.
He's a guy's guy.
He is.
Like, he can he'll take an apple and break it in half.
We can't.
Yeah, we're like,
oh, go on, Torsten.
I'm like, he's like a guy.
I get that from him. He's a guy.
Yeah.
Like, his delivery in these scenes are so, he's like, excuse me. And Wyatt's like, I know everything. I overheard you, and he said Carter. He said your name.
We got to do a better job of like closing doors and windows when we're telling secrets.
The door was closed.
But the window was open.
The window was open. I said, also must be a thin wall too.
We got to close these things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mother, power of attorney. And the look on Quinn was like, what? Because she's kind of confused, like, what are you talking about? And Ridge was pissed. Oh, my God. I think if Ridge could have pulled out a gun, he probably would have shot Wyatt dead.
He probably thought about it. Torsten probably thought about it.
They did. The look on his face was hilarious. She's just like, this little mother, I almost said it, this little MFer got in here and bothered my family.
Yeah, man.
And Wyatt was like, no, that she has it. And then, meanwhile, we got creepy Ivy trying to act like she was Steffi for a second in that wedding dress and the hair. I was like,
yeah.
And Liam's just like, no, I want Steffi. he's like a dog with a bone. He wants Steffi. Hey. And then on Tuesday, it all came out. Wyatt told everything. He kept saying your name though. I heard you and Carter and Steffi talking.
Wyatt trying to act like he's good, man. Didn't he steal a diamond or something?
Yeah, he did, but he's calling you out though. He's calling you out.
Hey, you didn't say it to my face.
You know, yes, he did. He did say it to your
You
face.
didn't say it to my face.
He did say it. So now it's out. It's completely out. And so it's there. And then Steffi and Wyatt had their big fight.
Yeah.
Which it was a long time coming. I think you guys said here on the confrontation between Wyatt and Ridge was intense. I was living when Wyatt. I'll get it. I was living when Wyatt told Ridge. Oh, it went away. Okay, sorry, you guys. 1 second. You guys are all typing so fast. I want to read the rest of your comment. This is from Honey Smile 320. The conversation between Wyatt and Ridge was intense. I was living when Wyatt told Ridge to get out of the house, and that look on Ridge's face was everything. I had to watch it a few times.
It's funny when you read the scripts, you have no idea of knowing like which side the fans are gonna fall on.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be on our side or on Wyatt and Quinn's side? And it's amazing.
Yeah.
How they were they couldn't wait to see Ridge fall.
Oh, I know. King Ridge.
King Ridge.
Yeah, I was always
They
King
couldn't
Ridge.
wait
Quick to
for
see
it.
King Ridge as well. It was like, wow. But Wyatt kept saying she's changed, and Ridge was like, no, she's a chameleon. And he said, just like you. He said to Wyatt, like, just like you. I was like, ooh. I know. But Steffi and Wyatt was like, you need to tell me, are you going to fight for this marriage or not? Like, he was like, yeah, I want some answers now. I was like, good.
Yeah, man, put your foot down.
Ah,
man.
exactly. It's like, hello. Because Steffi's like, she's like, either you want him or you don't, lady. Come on, girl. You know you want Liam still, which we find out later in the week. What's about that? But I like that Wyatt. And Darren Brooks is so good. He's such an easy actor. He's just so good. And everything. I love him. Blue Mountain State is my show. I love that show. Love that show so much. And he's just such an easy actor. He's just so easy. He just acts just like it's just so naturally.
Yeah. I mean, he's an easy guy.
Yeah.
He shows up on set and it's just like he makes it. It's like it's nothing. It's fun.
Yes. So that was what happened. So you guys are like, it was just disrespect not showing up at the wedding. I believe that somebody's going to end up pregnant. I'm glad Wyatt told Quinn because it was the end of the start. It was the end of the start. I guess like Ivy is crazy. Okay. Got it. So as you guys know, I do my segments, and all my segments tonight are Lawrence St. Victor themed. So we're gonna do the first one. He played Remy Boudreaux on Guiding Light from 2006 till it ended. But you guys don't know this. Some of you guys do know this because you do follow him. He actually acted opposite Carla Mosley on that show too. So we'll show a clip, and this is actually a really good clip of you.
Aw. Oh man.
Yeah, that's like he can act. It's a good scene. And I love that you don't see the front of the tombstone.
Well, you
see
see
it.
it because that's a real one.
Yeah. But it's like, I like the way it looks, the way it's shot direction-wise. I like that she doesn't say many words in this scene, but she's so reactive to it.
She's
He
right
was so
there.
small when he was born. He came early, but the second I saw him, I knew he was mine. He was so beautiful. So beautiful. He had these big brown eyes, and he would just look at you, and it was... When I finally got to hold him, he made me want to be a better man. He was my baby. I'm supposed to take care of him, but he was the one who fixed me. And he died before I got a chance to do anything for him. I love you so much. I miss you. Thank you.
I just love that scene. I remember seeing that. I remember watching that scene when it came out. And everybody here's like, I remember that scene. Oh my God, I remember it. I miss GA. I miss GL. I miss GL. Everybody's saying, right. That scene was so sad. It's like, okay, he can act.
Aww.
Let me look at every camera. Homeboy can act over here. So let's give him some scenes like that, people, because he can act. I mean, again, we're talking about the direction. I know it's a real cemetery, but I like that shot. That it was like
It was a great shot.
It was more about you, because the baby's dead. I mean, it's dead, so you're not really. Who cares what the thing looks like? It's just that you are looking down talking to you, or we're looking up at you, talking about your child that died.
Man.
And Carla was just like, I mean, her character was just like right there. Great scene.
Yeah, it was one of those days where, I mean, you're standing there for real, and I just felt so honored that. So that was at that time we knew we were canceled.
Yeah.
So we were all having our storylines wrapped up, and they gave me the scene, as well as Danny Cosgrove. He had a scene where he's there too, and he kind of they allowed us to wrap up this story, and then at the end of this episode, you see Remy and Bill kind of come together as friends again, and it's great because you have all these characters. They didn't have to wrap this up.
They didn't have to.
It was already wrapped up, so it was very, very honored to.
Yeah. This scene gave me life. I remember this scene.
Yeah.
Max, Miss GL. They're all like, I mean, yes, it was just. I just want to show people that he can act.
Oh,
come
thank
on,
you,
people.
man.
He can do it. Now on Wednesday, they fight over. Steffy and Wyatt are still fighting. Like days, they're still fighting. Jesus, they're still fighting. Wyatt's like, I'll fight for our marriage, so you tell me not to. And Steffy ended the marriage.
Oh man.
I was like, don't do it, girl, don't do it, don't fall into it. And she was like, I'm ending the marriage. And when she walks out, he's like, don't listen. I'm like,
You can't provoke somebody who's like used to getting divorces.
okay. I think it's what Quinn said to her one time. You know about love. You're all in and out of it all the time. What she said one week. I was like, ooh, girl.
She's gone from Forrester to Spencer to Forrester to Spencer. You just can't provoke someone like that because she'll walk.
And meanwhile, we have the whole Thomas, Caroline, Douglas, Sasha thing, which I'm kind of liking.
Yeah,
it's kind of good. It's a different dynamic because Sasha's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just, you be there for I'll end things. You be there for your family. But Thomas likes Sasha. They have a really kind of fun relationship. It's real.
Yeah.
But then there's Caroline. I love Lindsay Godfrey. I think she's a great actress.
She gives me life.
Yeah, me too.
Lindsay as a person gives me life. I love Lindsay.
I love Lindsay also. I think she's a great actress. And so she said 2 weeks ago, she's like, I'm ready to give us a chance. Like, we got kids together. Let's do this. And Thomas is like, really? Because Thomas wanted it so bad for so long. But then he likes Sasha, so he's kind of like...
He's been through so much with her and his dad, and he's... Oh, man.
And that kid is cute. That little Douglas, like, he is cute. So we had that going on. But then we had other baby stuff. Rick, Maya, Nicole, and Zendi, they asked for another child. I don't know how I feel about this storyline. I don't know how I feel about that.
Now, I can only respond to it like Carter, as Carter.
Yes, as Carter,
from Carter's perspective. And I didn't like it the first time. As Carter.
As Carter.
As Lawrence, great TV. As Carter, I just felt like, how can they ask her to do something like this? So then hearing this again as Carter, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to ask.
And so soon.
So soon.
You just had one baby. Like, they say babies should be good 2 years difference is good at 3, but like, you just had a baby.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm on Zendi's side. Zendi's like, okay, you already gave them 9 months of your life. You're going to do it again?
Yeah.
They can do other things. They get other surrogates and stuff.
Yeah, and Zende is a kid who was adopted.
Yes.
So he's like, adopt.
Yeah, exactly. I just love it. I just thought it was like, wow, he is not happy about that at all.
No.
And I don't blame him on that one. So now it's time for the bold other role. And this is when he was on. Okay, here's the thing. If you're a New York actor, chances are, you know I'm right. He's laughing. You know I'm right. Chances are you're going to go through the Law and Order world at some point. I mean, seriously, they're good to anybody who's stage actors in New York, soap actors, anybody in New York. Chances are you're going to appear on something.
There's a strong alumni.
Yeah, it's like alumni. You're one of many, and these shows go on for like 100 years. So here's one scene here. We're going to show that from SVU. He helps somebody out.
Try to stay still.
This baby is coming now.
Just hold on 10 minutes.
I can't.
Go! Unbuckle her. Mercy, unit 16 is
This is so fun, man.
I love Mariska, of course. She's the bomb.
Oh, she's so dope.
Yeah, she's the bomb.
Get behind her and let her push against you.
Okay. Get that baby out there. Come on.
Man.
I'm right here.
So is your adrenaline pumping like for real as the scene's going, kind of?
Well, yeah, they're such giving actors. So like whether the camera's on me or on them, they didn't change.
Okay.
So when they're in it like that and she's like scared for her life, you're there.
You feel it.
You feel it, and you're rolling. And in the scene before this one, just trying to get her out the car and then trying to get Mariska to hook her up and stabilize her and all that stuff. So you're there. And you know, you have a baby, and there's a baby down there I'm about to take out that's covered in cream cheese and jelly.
Oh, excuse me, jelly. That's funny. Cream cheese and
Dave's
jelly.
licking itself between takes.
That's so funny.
But no, it's there, man. It's there, and they're so giving. You know, they were.
So I'm going to show that. He was on Ugly Betty too, but we can't show everything because we haven't that much time. We can't show everything. But he was on with Vanessa Williams, of course, who was like a legend.
She is
A
so
legend.
good, man.
Tamaka looks good today. I mean, she's like, you can look at that online. You can find him on. He was on Ugly Betty. He played on there for a second too.
She was. I mean, it's one thing when you're working with like legends like Vanessa, but it's another thing when you're working with them and they are just pleasant, beautiful, kind, warm people too. It was so awesome. It was such a fun day of work, and I can't say more good things about it.
And the scene that would have been shown on there. It's a really funny scene. It's actually really funny. It's really funny.
She just wants me for sex.
Yeah, that's all she wanted. That's all she wanted. Exactly.
And I'm like, no, you need to take care of your baby.
I know. Like,
What?
I know. It's so funny. I never knew he was on Law and Order. I like that show. Yes, he's done some stuff.
Yeah.
This cannot be Nicole's only storyline. Throw her into a mix. I know. I agree. It's kind of funny when they do these baby storylines on soap. Sometimes they kind of put them in a vacuum. Sometimes where it's all about the baby. And you're right. These actors can act. And other things. So on Thursday, Zenny still is not happy about Rick and Maya's request and actually asked serious questions about it. But then we had Steffi telling Liam it's over at Wyatt. That was the beginning, because the next day is when they had all the sweeping shots. I love the whole outdoor.
I love that stuff.
I was like, do you know where that was? I don't know where that was.
That probably looked like it could have been Malibu.
Yeah, so I was thinking too.
The Bells have so many properties and houses we shoot at.
Yes. Something. But I was like, I love the sweeping shots, and it's like old school when they used to go outside and have shots outside every once in a while. It's like General Hospital's trying the same thing. They're trying to do some stuff outside. They're trying to. I know there's budgets and all that kind of stuff. I get that, but it was really nice to see that. And Bill's peeps, the kind of people who kind of like him, learn about his engagement to Brooke. He's off the market. I kind of like that. Dollar Bill. And on Friday. Basically, all I gotta say is on Friday, Liam and Steffi got together.
Yeah. I remember I saw Jackie, she was in makeup and hair, and I went up to her. I'm like, so you're not gonna let like a day or a week go by? And she's like, no. I said, okay, cool. You know what you want. You know what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm sure she laughed.
Oh, yeah, she loves
Oh, my
it. This
God.
is fun stuff to play.
Yeah.
You know, it's high drama, it's high stakes all the time. It's
Yes.
fun stuff to play.
I love that it's a half-hour soap because it's less cast, and you can just get in there and just have a good time. 30 minutes, just power it all in. I love that. I love that.
You're not bouncing around as much.
No, not as much. It's really good. And then you were on Friday because Rich called a meeting at Forrester, the fellas, and Brooke, and it all came out. You were kind of silent though that scene, but it all came out that Rich lied about the power of attorney.
It's what I was worried about from the beginning. And it's one of those times, me and Torsten joke around about this, where it's like, how about you just listen to the smart guy in the room?
I know.
How about you listen to the lawyer? But we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew, of course.
And now we have to clean it up.
I know. But he kept saying, well, I thought I really had it, which I know he probably did think he really had it. But I'm like, at first I was thinking, but wait a minute, you and Eric kept fighting beforehand. Why do you think you was a shoe-in that you would have been power of attorney?
And there's some things that they cut out in a previous episode, and some things you may not have heard.
Oh, okay.
So in the episode where I find out about the power of attorney, we do PC scenes. I don't know if you know about that. So we shoot an extra scene every episode.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, exclusive. Okay, I never knew that.
Our international markets, their shows run longer than the American. So we shoot an extra 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So on YouTube, if you go to CBS, the CBS channel on YouTube, there's a bonus scene. And in that bonus scene, you kind of hear me not take Quinn's side, but say like, Eric said she changed. We should trust Eric. So I'm like, I'm almost on their side.
Yeah.
And then
You're Eric's lawyer, so.
I'm Eric's lawyer, and I married Quinn and Deacon. So I've seen the good side of Quinn.
Yes.
And then where Wyatt overhears it, some of the dialogue happened while you're on Wyatt. So some of the things I said to Ridge was, I'm going to go and see if there's a legal way to handle it.
You kind of said that was kind of in there. You're like, there's a way, because at the end of that one episode, you kind of said, I'm gonna find it was like a small little quiet sentence you said about that kind of like, I'm gonna see if there's something else we can do.
Something else we can do. There has to be a better way, because for me, for Carter, he never wanted to do this.
Yeah.
He never
Of course
wanted
not.
to do this, and not just for his job, but just ethically. Like Eric is a businessman. He's a sophisticated, classy guy. He's not some idiot.
Yeah, right.
If Eric wanted this, there has to be a reason why. But he does understand that Ridge and Steffi are scared, so he wants to help them too, and he's just kind of caught in the middle.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
I thought we were screwing the TV at him, just saying, no, stop it. Don't do that. It's crazy. I hope Carter doesn't lose his job. But I don't think you are at this point. I think, well, we'll see what Eric says. I guess I don't know. When Eric finally, because now Quinn and Wyatt are in charge of everything now. They're in charge of everything. That'd be interesting television. It's going to be very interesting television. So let's show that last clip. This is the bold flashback. This includes Carter Mosey in there. Let's show this one.
I don't know how Rick will handle it. You know how I felt?
And how did you feel?
Not good. Not good at all, Nicole. She lied to me, all right? She's lying to Rick, and he deserves to know. And I was about to tell him. I look Maya in her eyes, and there's information she didn't tell me when we were involved, and I don't know, maybe there was a reason. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe I didn't make things easy for her. You know, I knew she was on the rebound. I knew she felt bad about the way things went down with Rick, and I pushed.
And you forgive her? Hey, she was more wrong than you. Like she was with me. I was little. I thought it was me.
Okay.
I thought that she wanted nothing to do with me.
Sometimes when people are trying to survive, they forget how to love others.
That's a great
Don't you
line.
agree?
Can I tell you about that line?
Yeah, please.
Can I tell you about that line? So
I just want to show that you guys. We can take that out. We can show that. Okay, that's a good line.
So we this was the transgender storyline.
Yes, you're involved in that. Yes.
Massive storyline.
Yeah.
And we're all figuring out our way through it. So me, Carla, and Rain got together and just sat down and we had so many episodes that week and just worked on these episodes.
Okay.
Our writers are dope. They wrote some amazing
They
material.
did. I agree. Totally agree.
That line, that was Rain.
Oh. It's a great line. When you said it.
We were working on it, and we were trying to figure out what is this? What is
Yeah.
this? And she was like, well, sometimes people who are trying to survive, hurt the ones they love. We were like,
Girl, that's so profound.
so I'm using that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask
it's
if I can.
so profound.
Because we were trying to find, because it was such a balancing act between juggling whether Carter is mad at Maya or he cares for
right.
Maya, whether or not, Nicole is upset and wants revenge, or she should help her sister, and we were like, we just need something that sums it up, and it comes down to you do what you do to survive. You don't think about the other person, unfortunately.
Everyone's there yes, great scene, love that scene, very good scene. The scene is so good, too good. Carter was upset like a real person would be. I loved Carter in that scene. You were upset. I mean, I totally get it, too. I totally got it also.
I mean, and it was such a tight rope to walk because, this is our first time doing something of this magnitude with the transgender community. So we didn't want to offend anyone.
Yes.
But at the same time, we wanted our reactions to be real,
obviously, yes.
But we didn't want to offend anyone. So it was like a tight rope balancing act of having the authenticity of the moment, but at the same time, not insulting or upsetting anyone.
Yeah. God, so now, if someone was dishonest with him, or somebody, I know. It was a dishonest. There was some dishonesty going on. But that line, when I saw that line when I was watching it again, I was like, it's such a great line. This show is so good. Now, you've done writing for Bold Beautiful.
I have, yeah. I haven't written a line that good, though. Not yet. Not yet.
So how did that come about? You get to write line and start writing.
Carla and I did a web series after Guiding Light called Wedlock.
Yes.
We just had so much fun working together. So when I had my meeting with Brad Bell, my first meeting with him before there was a role of Carter, he talked about how he loved Wedlocked.
Wow.
You saw it?
Oh, my God.
He liked it a lot. He thought it was funny. And every time I would see him after I got the part, he would kind of bring up Wedlocked. So he wanted to kind of create his own version, which is Roommate, the series.
Yeah.
And he put it into the show and then also did its own 8 episodes outside the show. Yeah. So he liked the way I wrote. And every time I went to his office, I'd go into his office to try to pitch storyline for Carter. but we would just end up talking about everybody else. And talking about, Katie and Brooke. And I'm like, what if Bill did this? We start just having a jam session of the story.
Yeah.
Because I love just the show and the storyline. So we would just start talking. And one day he was like, you ever want to write? And I thought about it, but, what I write, it's hard to see what our writers do.
Yeah.
But they write so quick. The turnaround is so fast. They're responsible for so much. So when he said that, I kind of got scared. I was like, that's a tall order, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
So eventually, a couple of months, I said, I want to give it a shot.
Okay.
And he said, go for it. They gave me a sample script. I wrote it. It didn't air. It was just a sample script to see where I was at.
That's fine.
And then they said, okay, here's some outlines. Get to work.
Wow.
And I wrote some episodes.
That's great.
Yeah,
How's that feel?
It feels great. At the time, it's so scary.
I'm sure.
Because it's like, it moves so fast.
Yeah.
It's like you get your outline on Tuesday, your episode's due on like Friday.
Oh, dang.
Because, they're moving. And the person that has the episode before you, they're turning theirs in the day before yours. So you may not get a chance to get to read their script.
Wow.
You have their outline.
Yeah, you have the outline,
but you may not get a chance to read their script. And you can call them up and talk about it. But, you're writing scripts, all year long. It's just every day. So it's fun.
Everyone's like, woohoo, Roommate is on YouTube, by the way. The person, Roommate, was hilarious. I saw Wedlocked and Roommate. It was so funny. Loved it. Tell Bill Bell to stop having triangles. That's not going to happen. That's a soap staple.
Yeah.
They loved it. Candace Mack, Wedlock, and Roommate. They loved it. So they were
it was fun, man. Like, me and Carla kept feeling like, so they're going to realize we don't know what we're doing soon. 'Cause they made us producers on it, and we wrote it, and they built the set in the studio where Bold and the Beautiful is, and we just kept going, they're going to figure out that we shouldn't be here. But then we got there, and it was so much fun. Our crew was there, and they didn't know what they were shooting. They were like, so we're here on a Monday, which is dark. We know it's not a day of shooting. And they had no idea what we were doing until we started shooting, and they were like, why are they acting so silly?
That's so funny.
So it was fun, man.
People are asking on here, Honey Smile, I just want to ask, and I probably can answer this already, but do you actually have any input on their storylines? How they go? Or any dialogue? I'll even add that, any dialogue. Can you do any ad-libbing at all?
Dialogue we can play around with.
Okay.
We'll talk to the producer, the director that day, and we'll make suggestions, if there's things that need to be changed, if we feel so. And if the director agrees, then it changes.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then it doesn't. As far as storyline's concerned, not really.
Not really.
No, because, Brad and, his team, they're already thinking down the line.
I'm sure.
So.
You guys film, 5 weeks in advance? 4 weeks in advance? I can't remember. I know Digital Life's is 6 months in advance. General Hospital is 5.5 weeks. I can't remember if you guys.
Like we're 4, but sometimes it feels like we shoot it and it's on.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Like
I know.
3.5 sometimes.
Tell people
quick.
how fast the pace is in soaps. Let's reiterate that.
Okay, so for everyone who doesn't know,
Yeah.
soap operas, we shoot 2 episodes a day. So that's for us. That's like 60, 70 pages a day.
God, that's amazing.
And for Young and the Restless, I believe they shoot like an episode and a half a day.
Yeah.
So that's like maybe
80 pages.
episodes,
Yeah, so 80 pages.
80 pages a day.
Yeah.
So the pace is so fast. It's literally like, if we can get it in one take, we get it in one take. And if it's more than one take, it's because we messed up a line or the camera wasn't where they were supposed to. But if we can get it in one take, we're getting it in one take. We do have a morning rehearsal, but at Guiding Light, we didn't rehearse.
Oh, really?
When we switched formats and went to like that
handheld camera and stuff like that.
We didn't have rehearsals like that. We show up on set. The director would say, you stand here, you walk here, camera got it, you guys got it, go, one take, boom.
Wow.
Moving on.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it moves fast, and it moves fast for everyone. The directors, the crew, the writers. It's a fast medium. So I know you guys, when you watch this, you guys can be very critical, but understand that we don't have like that 5-month hiatus.
Right, the luxury of time.
Story.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
though you guys do shut down, you do have a hiatus sometimes.
We do. We since we're a half-an-hour show,
Yeah.
we have the luxury of taking more breaks than.
But a lot of soaps don't have that. They're just 2 weeks a year. They go out, they do it, but it's a fast-paced, quick thing. But it's just great. It's great.
It's fun, man. It keeps us on our toes.
Do you have any small cheat sheets hidden anywhere when you're on set?
I don't have any cheat sheets, but I mean, if you turned over couch cushions
There
and
may be
open
some
drawers, you'll see like scripts everywhere.
Oh my God.
Scripts are everywhere, under carpet, in fireplaces.
Oh my God. Lawrence, thanks for coming on.
Oh, this is a pleasure, man.
You have to come back.
Please,
You have
please.
to, you have
I'd love
come
to.
back. Okay, maybe we have you and Carly together. Come on here.
Dude, that'd be so much fun.
Let's make that happen.
That'd be
No,
so
seriously,
much fun.
The fans, you guys want that, right? You want them both to end together.
Oh, man. Me and Carl
I'll show more flashbacks. I'll show all kinds of stuff. We got all these shows they did together.
We have a lot of work together.
Jesus. So, like, what's just a whole Lawrence and Carla show? Let's work that out.
Let's do it. I'll talk to Carla. Let's get it in.
So tell folks in that camera over there where they can find you on social media.
Okay, you guys can find me on Facebook at Lawrence St. Victor. You can find me on Twitter at L St. Victor. You can find me on Instagram, L St. Vic. Or is that L St. Victor? I get confused with my handles. But you type in Lawrence St. Victor, I'm there. You can find me.
Great name, too. Great name.
Thank you,
as a person who has 3 names, too, I love that. And, of course, I'm James Lott Jr., and you can follow me at James Lott Jr. all over the interwebs and the universe. Of course, we have our whole soap block here, Edition Days, Jay's Report, Restless Wrap-Up, and the Bold Breakdown here on AfterBuzz TV. You can follow all those shows on AfterBuzz TV and our iTunes page. Go there, like us, rate us, see what's going on. Find the Bold Breakdown page on Facebook, like us, try to get to 700 likes. You guys are so wonderful on here. Yeah, I want Jacob on here. I want Jackie on here. I want Scott on here. I want them all on here. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later. You're all thinking.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.